Hey guys, Chris here, back from CNH Technology again for another quick video here for you guys. We've got a Yardman MTD machine here. This is a pre-2009 machine because it has the older style Tecumseh engine on it, and they quit producing them in the end of 08, early 09, because Tecumseh went defunct right there specifically for that. This is the Yardman 6.5 horsepower XL extended life engine, as it says on the actual tag right there. This is a 21-inch cutting path, and it is a push machine, which means it does not have any drive unit at all in it. It's basically their what we'll call bare bones model that does not have any kind of drive unit on it specifically for it. This is a flathead engine as well too. There's the flathead engine front right there as well too for you guys. And we'll get a shot of the actual side of the carb over here as well too. There you go. Here's your carb assembly and your muffler, your air filter, and your gas tank over there as well too. And I'll even give you a shot of the actual engine tag, or I should say the deck tag, sorry about that. Here's your deck tag right here, guys. Let me give you a better shot. There we go. It's 11A435D755 as the model number states on the tag. And this is the pre-2009, as I said before, which means it does have the older Tecumseh engine on here, and it does have the horsepower rating. It does not have the newer revised torque rating on here specifically, because I believe a few years ago somebody sued the manufacturers over the horsepower rating because the horsepower was not up to spec on some models out there for us. That's why they switched over to the torque ratings a few years back. Because if you live in different areas around the United States, like say you live right next to the Gulf Coast or out in California next to the coast, your horsepower is going to be higher than up in, like say Mile High City, Denver or something like that. Because as you go up in elevation, the horsepower does drop, guys. So that's probably why they switched over for the actual horsepower to torque rating specifically for that. This customer, he originally called us up, was complaining. He put the machine away in storage about a year and a half ago, and he was trying to get the thing fixed himself before he put it away in storage, but the problem was he couldn't do it himself because I guess he didn't know how, and he did try to take the carb off and he screwed up the bowl on there, and he actually bent the bowl lip, and he also damaged the primer bulb, and what was the other thing on here? The actual bowl ring lip, the actual rubber O-ring. He crimped that thing and he almost split in half. So whenever he brought over here, we put some gasoline in here, and it was basically pouring gasoline out of the intake, or actually out of the actual bottom of the carb assembly under for it, because it wasn't sealing properly. And we had to overhaul the carb, put a new fuel bowl, new intake gaskets for the actual intake pipe, your intake manifold right here. He needs new gaskets for this right here, plus down here. It also needs new gaskets as well too. Anytime you put new gaskets on the intake manifold to the actual cylinder block down there, I do recommend putting either like wheel bearing grease or maybe some kind of what's it called, anti-seize stuff on there, because over time, if you put the actual intake gasket directly on the cylinder block via the intake pipe right here, they do tend to bake on there. In order to prevent that and any kind of future problems such as that, I recommend putting on some like red, I think it's Mobile One red axle grease, or you can use anti-seize, either way on there for that, and it'll keep the gasket pliable on there, and it will not allow it to basically bake onto the intake manifold itself right there specifically for that. So the other thing is, I'll give you another shot of the actual engine's model number tag. The engine's model number tag is always on the right hand side on these specific machines, as this one is right here. Here's a shot of it right here for you guys. Made Tecumseh products right there. Let me see, zoom in on here. Sorry about the light condition on here. Okay, zoom in. There we go. Sorry about that. It's an LV195EA. And there's the day manufacturer warranty specifications and the spec number as well too for you right there for you guys. So the Tecumseh information is always on the right hand side if you're standing directly behind the machine. And we'll go ahead and fire this thing up here for you guys. It's only take maybe 1 or 2 pulls to get going. So hit the primer bulb here one time. We also did have to replace the primer bulb as well too. I think I failed to mention that right there, because the old one's completely scrap on there. So we'll go ahead and fire this thing up and you'll see how it runs. So the machine runs great, fires up on one pull right there for you guys. So as it is right now, we did have to replace the oil on here and the also spark plug. So it's running great now. So it's ready to go back to the customer, and it's overall good shape still out there for that. So if anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot about this machine here, feel free to leave me a message here on my page, and I'll try to get back to you with some kind of basic information about, you know, any kind of service or repairs you need for your specific machine. So I'll see you guys. Have a nice day.